So here we are at AM Expo. Gene, who are you and what do you do?
My name is Silas. I work for Brightline Dealer Advisors. What we do is F&I products, that everybody sells, property and casualty, and employee benefits. We're the only company that does all three. And we feel like by doing it that way, we really touch all departments in a dealership and really benefit a dealer in whatever area they need benefited in.
You've got a pretty extensive background in the automotive industry,
yes,
but this is among your earliest forays into power sports.
It is, yes, sir. I tell you, I was actually having this conversation earlier. When I come out of the Marine Corps, I came to the car business. I've been 33 years at it, and the parallels with power sports and car industry are really very, very common. The same issues that we see in the auto industry, we see in power sports, the same employee issues, the same compliance issues, which I personally believe that the compliance issues for power sport dealers are going to become more prevalent, especially for those like Coleman, who was right there in the DC market. I mean, those guys are really under the gun. Yeah.
It's tough. Being new to the industry, your first show was probably Dealer Connect.
It was, yes, sir. Great show, and I can tell you the NPDA has been a great partner for us. I've learned a lot. We really have valued that relationship, and hopefully down the road we can continue to help them grow and bring more dealers in and more guys like me.
We're looking forward to industry. If as Bob Altoff says, if you're not busy being born, you're busy dying. So
amen.
Let's bring in new guys, fresh blood, and get that rebirth going.
Either green or growing or ripe and rotten. It's the way that it is. Yes, sir.
So a little bit off tangent. Ex-military, but you're also into the martial arts. So you could kill me several ways from.
At least three, maybe.
Sunday.
Yeah, at least three. It's funny, I got into jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai things out of the Marine Corps. And as I've gotten older, I've just gravitated, more to Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I got a black belt under a gentleman named Tom DeBlas, who's one of the more well-known jiu-jitsu guys in the world, and which is a huge honor. I mean, that's quite a feat. Not many people can get a black belt. I'm very proud of that, and that's the reason I say that, because it's just of everybody that starts jiu-jitsu, less than 0.5% actually make it to that level. So it's a lot of commitment, and my body's beat up, but hey, it's all good.
And that's the key word, though, is commitment. Mm-hmm. This is not easy. Being in the power sports or the automotive market is a tough road to hoe. You've got to be committed, dedicated, maybe a little bit stupid to push that hard for that long.
You're probably right on the latter part for sure. But it's all about passion, conviction. What are you really committed to doing? And growing up the way I grew up, and everybody says they come from a family of motorcycle riders, what have you. I actually did, and this industry has always had a passion for me. And I was having a conversation a couple weeks ago. If you're in this business and don't ride, I don't know how you can really relate to a dealer. I had a meeting a few months back with an Indian dealer, and I ride an Indian, and I actually rode my bike, and it was about a 10-11 hour ride, and he couldn't believe that I rode my bike to see him. I said, well, hell, man, this is what we do. We ride our motorcycles. Anyway, I love the industry. I love the people. It's a stark contrast between power sport dealers and auto dealers, and I just love the people.
So that's the key thing. Mm-hmm. We're parallel to the auto industry, but we are so much more passion driven and things
Absolutely.
like that. And that's the same thing. The technologies and everything that the company's similar to Brightline, on paper it's that way. But that passion that you are that difference between that. And so
I think it makes a difference
for bringing Brightline to our world.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think it makes a difference. Anything I do 190%. And if I don't have a passion for it, I tend not to do it. And I can tell you, coming to Brightline, they're the same way. They have that same commitment. When we came to the power sports space, that was our commitment to the industry, not to a certain individual. Hey, if we're going to do this, we need to do it 100% or don't do it at all. And that's just the way our company is. That's certainly the way that I am. And any dealer that I work with would tell you the same thing.
And you prove that commitment by stepping up as a sponsor, a partner of the NPDA,
Absolutely.
And then exhibiting at the show, and now you're here exhibiting again at this show.
Absolutely.
And be in Columbus again for Connect number 2?
I will be there, and I can't say enough good things about NPDA. I deal with a lot of different associations in the auto industry, and some of them are good, or most of them are good. They're well intended, but they don't have the members' best interest at heart a lot of times.
Yeah.
And one thing I can truthfully say about these guys is they truly care about all their members. And to me, that really is, as I got to know them, I really want to make sure I'm committed to help them grow. And I'm going to commit to it, and we're going to help them do just that.
Awesome. Gene, thank you very much.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you.
See, painless.
Easy.